I'm recording a video, Bubba. Yeah. Yeah. Dad recording a video.
Oh.
Can you give me a minute?
It's up to you.
Yeah, just give me a minute. I'll do it real quick for you.
It's Bradley Tapp.
Good morning, Trojans. I hope that all of you are doing well. We had a great time meeting your families last week during conferences. Remember, we are only halfway through the semester and you still have time to improve on your marks. This week, we are getting together with students in our grade level meetings. Yesterday, we did the 9th and 10th grade, and Friday, we will be meeting in the 11th and 12th grade. The purpose of these meetings is to give you information about how you can be successful while you're in a virtual setting, as well as what is upcoming in the school year. And speaking of upcoming, next week, Tuesday, we have no school. Now, some of you might find it odd that we don't have school on a Tuesday, but next week is our presidential election. The election is such an important event that we close our schools so people have the opportunity to vote.
Remember the 2016 U.S. election? Donald Trump secured the presidency despite getting almost 3 million fewer votes than Hillary Clinton. It could happen again, and it all comes down to how the president is actually elected. When Americans go to the polls in November, they won't technically be voting for Donald Trump or Joe Biden, but for members of something called the Electoral College. The word college simply refers to a group of people, or electors, with a shared task to choose the President of the United States. The system goes back more than 200 years. The founders of the United States wanted to establish a democratic system, but were concerned that a direct popular vote might lead to the election of an unsuitable president. Electors were settled on as a compromise. Each state was given a number of electors, based roughly on the size of its population. Today, there are 538 electors, and the successful presidential candidate will need to get a majority of these, at least 270, in order to win. In most states, the candidate who wins the popular vote gets the support of all of that state's electors. For example, whether a winning candidate gets 99 or 51% of the vote in California, they would still receive all the state's 55 electoral college votes. That's why it's possible for a candidate to lose the popular vote across the country, but still secure a majority of electoral college votes and become president. 2 out of the last 5 elections were won by candidates who received fewer votes from the public, although this hadn't happened for more than 100 years before the 2000 election. What all this means is that campaigns often focus on strategies that help secure the 270 electoral votes needed to win. They tend to target battleground or swing states, rather than trying to turn out voters in states which consistently vote for the same party. In fact, in the last presidential election, 2/3 of campaign events were held in just 6 states. So, the 538 members of the Electoral College play a crucial role in how the President of the United States is elected. Over the years, there have been efforts to change the Electoral College system, but proponents say it helps deliver decisive results across a vast country, and everyone knows the rules of the game before Election Day.
You know, throughout my entire life, I've had a lot of jobs, everything from being a busboy to working in a foundry. In all of those jobs, I never had the chance to pick who my boss was. But during an election, you get to do just that. You get a say in who our leaders are. Now, I know most of you are not of voting age, but for those who are, it is important that your voice be heard. So next Tuesday, get out and vote.
So every vote matters. Nobody can say that their vote doesn't matter if they're saying that they just don't understand the number.
Free at last, free at last, thank God Almighty.
And indeed, I believe our responsibility to vote on Election Day. Vote.
You can vote right now. You can vote right now. You can vote. In what will go down in history as the greatest demonstration for freedom in the history of our nation. Find your nearest early voting location and cast your ballot. And And although election day may be 1 week away,
Vote.
Vote. Vote. Vote.
you can find the time to go vote. In a democracy, the right to vote is the most powerful, non-violent tool we have.
Each of us has a moral responsibility, if we are of voting age and if we are registered, to participate in that decision. I come here to urge every person under the sound of my voice to go to the polls on the 3rd of November and vote your conviction.
Two Virginians and an immigrant walk into a room diametrically opposed foes. They emerge with a compromise, having opened doors that were previously closed. Rose, the immigrant, emerges with unprecedented financial power, a system he can shape however he wants. The Virginians emerge with the nation's capital, and here's the pièce de résistance. No one else was in the room where it happened, the room where it happened, the room where it happened. No one else was in the room where it happened, the room where it happened, the room where it happened. No one really knows how the game is played, the art of the trade, how the sausage is made. We just assume that it happens, but no one else is in the room where it happens. Thomas claims
Alexander was on Washington's doorstep one day in distress and disarray.
Thomas claims
Alexander said,
Nowhere else to turn.
and basically begged me to join the fray.
Thomas claims
I approached Madison and said, I know you hate him, but let's hear what he has to say.
Thomas claims
I arranged the meeting. I arranged the menu, the venue, the seating.
What? No one else was in the room where it happened, the room where it happened, the room where it happened. No one else was in the room where it happened, the room where it happened, the room where it happened. No one really knows how the parties get to yes, the pieces that are sacrificed in every game of chess. We just assume that it happens, but no one else is in the room where it happens. Meanwhile, Madison's grappling with the fact that not every issue can be settled by committee. Meanwhile, Congress is fighting over where to put the capital. It isn't pretty. The Jefferson approaches with a dinner and invite. Madison responds with Virginian insight.
Maybe we can solve one problem with another and win a victory for the Southerners. In other words, a quid pro quo.
I suppose.
Wouldn't you like to work a little closer to home?
Actually, I would.
Well, I propose the Potomac.
And you'll provide him his votes?
Well, we'll see how it goes.
Let's go.
No. What else was in the room where it happened? The room where it happened. The room where it happened. No one else was in the room where it happened. The room where it happened. The room where it happened. My God, in God we trust, but we never really know what got discussed. Click, boom, and it happened. And no one else was in the room where it happened. Alexander Hamilton. What did they say to you to get you to sell New York City down the river? Alexander Hamilton. Did Washington know about the dinner? Was there presidential pressure to deliver? Alexander Hamilton. Or did you know even then it doesn't matter where you put the U.S. capital?
Cause we all have the banks, we're in the same spot.
You got more than you gave.
And I wanted what I got. When you got skin in the game, stay in the game. But you don't get a win unless you play in the game. Oh, you get love for it, you get hate for it. You get nothing if you wait for it, wait for it, wait. God help and forgive me. I wanna build something that's gonna outlive me.
What do you want, girl? What do you want, girl?
If you stand for nothing, girl, what do you fall for?
I wanna be in the room where it happens, the room where it happens. I wanna be in the room where it happens, the room where it happens. I wanna be in the room where it happens, the room where it happens. I wanna be in the room where it happens, the room where it happens, the room where it happens. I wanna be in the room where it happens, the room where it happens, the room where it happens. I wanna be in the room where it happens, the room where it happens, the room where it happens. The art of the compromise. Hold your nose and close your eyes. We want our leaders to save the day. We don't get a say on what they trade away. We dream of a brand new
Until next week, work hard and get smart.